Hey guys, so I wanted to get with you all and tell you all about Chance's appointment this week. So this week he met with the GI doctor and the pulmonologist. So the GI doctor, when I talked to him about scheduling the appointment for this week, I also let him know that he was due for a weight check, and Chance gets his weight checks every week. So I wanted to make sure that we weren't having a lot of different appointments, and that there's some things that we can consolidate, that we consolidate them, and I don't have to keep running back and forth to Walter Reed, and that we can get everything done, or as much as possible done, in the days that we're up there. So the GI doctor took Chance's weight, and one of the things that he talked about or referenced in Chance's appointment was making sure that Chance is being weighed on the same scale. So when he said the same scale, I really didn't pay it any mind. I know that I had explained to him when I talked to him over the phone and booking this appointment that Chance had gotten weighed at Fort Belvoir, and the scale that they used was the regular big scale that they use for, regular preterm babies or big babies. And when the nurse put him on the scale last week, it came up at like 8.4, right? And I'm like, no, that can't be correct, because Chance was just 9.2. So she says, well, do you want me to weigh him again? Of course I want you to weigh him again, because 8.4 and 9.2, that's like a pound. That's a big dramatic difference. That's a big enough difference that his doctor, if that's put in the system, she's definitely gonna admit him. He never lost a pound. So I know for a fact that he was gonna get admitted if she submitted that particular weight. So she walks over to the scale. She asked me to put him back down. She weighs him again. Lo and behold, Chance's weight is 9.4. And so I really believe that in weighing Chance, and something that I noticed, sometimes when we were in the NICU, the nurses would weigh Chance, and they would weigh him multiple times, like sometimes 3 times, take an average. If the weight didn't look right in comparison to the weight he was the previous day, they would try again. At Fort Belvoir, the nurse would only weigh him 1 time and then keep it moving. I never questioned it until last week. And so thankfully I did. And so when I talked to the GI doctor, and when I was talking to him about scheduling his appointment for this week and his weight check, I'm like, hey, he got weighed last week. The first time they put him on the scale, it was correct. I caught it, asked the nurse to reweigh him. And so something's not right with the scale, because we keep getting dinged for him losing weight, but operator issue is all I'm gonna say. So I let him know. He goes, okay, well, when he comes over here, which is from Fort Belvoir to Walter Reed, we'll make sure that he uses the same scale. So when I get to the appointment with the GI doctor, he's like, hey, we're gonna use this particular scale because it has 3 numbers behind the decimal. And I'm like, okay, 3 numbers behind the decimal. I don't really know what that means, but he was saying that when you're measuring grams, you need those 3 numbers behind the decimal because grams are so small. I wouldn't know that. All I know is pounds, because that's what we use, is pounds. I did get familiar with kilograms simply because, that's what they use in their hospital, but I would always ask for them to convert it from kilograms to pounds and ounces so that I could follow along, because that's what I'm accustomed to doing. I think most people that aren't in the medical field, you use pounds and ounces. That's just a general use for us. So the scale he pulls out is the scale that they use in the NICU. And I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, he's a small fella, so this is the scale he needs to use. That is not the scale that he was previously using at Fort Belvoir's pediatric clinic. So I was relieved when he explained to me how when measuring grams, you needed 3 numbers after the decimal. And I'm like, okay, well, the nurse comes in, she weighs Chance in the room with the GI doctor. Lo and behold, Chance was 9 pounds, 11 ounces. Woohoo! Go Chance, you did it. So that appointment was a really good appointment for Chance. it turns out that Chance is actually gaining about 61 grams a day, which is amazing. Really thankful for that. And so Chance is moving in the right direction. I felt very confident and happy with the provider that we saw this week, the GI doctor. And even more great news, we also met with the pulmonologist. The one thing I do love about the doctors over at Walter Reed is that they will coordinate with one another to fix Chance's appointment, so I don't have to keep going back, back to back to Walter Reed. They bundle the appointments together for me, and that has been amazing for me because I can see 2 doctors at one time or more if need be. So Chance doesn't have to go back until April 11th, thankfully. So just one appointment next week. But back to the pulmonologist. The pulmonologist was, she asked some questions to basically do an evaluation over Chance. What she said was she was okay with Chance not taking the aldactocide. She was okay with Chance using his oxygen when he sleep and when he's eating. So that means, guys, Chance is almost oxygen free. She's going to his next visit, I want to say I don't know if it's next week or in a couple of weeks, but she's going to give him a machine that's going to monitor him sleeping. And I can't remember what she said, if he had to wear it for 24 hours or just when he's sleeping, but she's going to give him a machine that basically records his breathing. And if everything goes well, he has to wear it for, I think as she said, 24 or 48 hours. If everything goes well with the report from the machine, then Chance will no longer need his oxygen. Guys, so prayerfully within 2 weeks, he won't need any oxygen at all. It won't be in doctor's order for him to wear his oxygen. So guys, we're really, really excited about that. I could not wait to tell you guys that we're one step closer to getting rid of Chance's oxygen. Oh my guys, I have been waiting to hear this. You all know that Chance was on room air in the NICU, and it didn't go too well in my opinion, and I requested that the oxygen go back on, and then the doctor put it back on him. He got his 4-month shots, and then he had a DSAT, and they upped the oxygen from 0.2 to 0.3 liters, and that just so happened to be what he went home with because, he was already on it, and they wanted to kind of give Chance some extra support when feeding because Chance is still to this day learning how to breathe, swallow, suck. So the oxygen was meant to be supplemental to help him with his feedings. Okay. He had a machine, he had an apnea machine that was supposed to monitor Chance, but TRICARE switched those referrals. He got a new pulmonologist. The pulmonologist that put the order in for the apnea machine didn't even get to see Chance, didn't get the download to find out if Chance really needed the oxygen, because the new pulmonologist, she doesn't send scripts out for apnea machines because she doesn't believe in them. So, or that's not a preference. So Chance probably would have been off the oxygen had he had stuck with his original doctors, but I won't complain. We're almost there. We're almost past this. Soon this will be something in our past, and we're just moving forward, guys. I'm just ready to get to the point where we have less intervention from outside people and that we can live a life that's somewhat normal with our medically complex child. And honestly, I don't foresee Chance needing a lot of intervention. Like, he still has to have occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. I don't know how long he'll need it, but he doesn't seem to really need it. I mean, his arms and everything are stretching out. His little foot that was turned in a little bit is looking a lot better. But like I say, I'm not a doctor or a specialist, and we'll just see developmentally how Chance does. But from what I can see as a mom, and you all see it, when we do our Facebook Lives and I do our Reels, and of course our YouTube videos, Chance looks really, really good, and he is really developing very well to have been born at 1 pound, 10.3 ounces at 24 weeks and 5 days. Chance looks amazing. So guys, make sure if you have not liked this video, Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you stay connected, guys. And if you're not following on Facebook, you can also follow us on Facebook at Chance's Chance. See you guys later.